Everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is April 25th. I'm asking myself because I don't remember. 2024, the year of new beginnings, and I'm here with Artist Dream Live Sessions. Today, I literally just wrote this about 20 minutes ago, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But today's session is called Live Your Legacy. Live your legacy. Today, your life will change. Think about this statement for a minute. Today, your life will change. And if you really sit and think about that, it's actually true. Today, our life will change. But for some of us, a little more differently than others. And here's what we're going to get into, okay? I'm going to start with this. We are born without knowledge or recollection of our existence. And when the time comes, we leave this earth realm, not knowing when. It's a profound and sobering truth. Today's topic is inspired by a singer that profoundly impacted my life many years ago, actually. When my daughter was sick in the hospital, it was a very, 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 very difficult time. If I cry, I apologize, but this artist was a Christian artist, and her songs were very uplifting, very encouraging, and they were created for dark times in our life. And she just so happened to come out around the time that I was going through what I was going through with my daughter and our family at the time. And she passed away last week. And obviously I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about her and her legacy, and I've been thinking about the impact that she had over me and my kids at the time. And so I started thinking about us, and I started thinking about how are we living? Are we living knowing that when I leave this earth realm, I have a legacy to share? So, as I said, her music met me in a dark time for me. And this is how it is with artists, especially music, I would say. I say especially music because I'm a music enthusiast, but and actually this is kind of a segue into something else that I'm going to get into, which I'll share at the end of the video, which I'm very excited about. I've been wanting to put this together for a long time. But yes, it is the fact that music really does meet us at our point of need, especially if we are attuned to where we are and attuned to what we need to feel better. So this artist, her name is Mandisa, and she wrote one specific song. Actually, there was two songs that I had on repeat during this time that I was in the hospital with my daughter and my sons, and they were life-giving songs during a very unpredictable time, and that's her legacy. Her music was created to inspire and encourage during dark times, and to evoke hope. And it was really a lifeline for us at the time. So I never got to thank her. There are other artists that I've actually thanked for, helping me or helping us, me and my kids, during that difficult time. But she was one that I didn't get to thank. So I suppose in a way this is sort of a tribute and a thank you to her. But as I said, when I heard about her passing, it reminded me of that season, that difficult season, and also a time to reflect on what she gave while she was here, which I would say is encouragement. And if you listen to any of her songs, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Even if you're not religious or spiritual or Christian, they are very life-giving songs, very uplifting. So that, I would say, would be her legacy in music, was encouragement. So she is the inspiration to today's Artist Dream Life sessions. Live your legacy. Now I'm also wearing Nirvana t-shirt, which is kind of funny because I always said I'd never get one, but I got one a couple of weeks ago because look, it's pink and I love pink and I couldn't resist. It was too cute. But those of you that like Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, he's another artist who definitely left a legacy. And for me, when I think about Kurt Cobain, what he left for me was the reminder to unabashedly do your own thing, something that naturally resonates with me anyway, and probably for those of us who are weird, alternative rebels and artists. So today I'm asking you, what is your legacy? And are you living your legacy? A lot of times we don't think about this stuff because we're sort of just in the flow of life. We're not really thinking about the future. We're not thinking about anything but right now. But as you guys know, and I've taught this before, there is a balance between living in the now and creating that glue to put it into a tangible future. Okay? But yes, I have lots of questions today, but this is all centered around asking you the question, if you are living your legacy. This ties into last week's Artist Dream Life session where I asked you, are you owning your art? Are you that connected to self where your art is literally who you are? There's no disconnection there. And if there is, it's okay. But here are some things I want to share with you. What is your legacy? If someone were to write an article on you right now, or your band, or your work, what would they say about you? What do you feel that when people listen to your music, or look at a painting of yours, or any kind of visual art, photography, what do you think would speak or would evoke to them? Is your voice in your art? If you look at, and this goes for everything. I mean, if I look at a poem by John Keats, for example, which, by the way, he's one of my favorite writers, and we share the same birthday, so there's that. But if I were to read one of his poems without knowing, or without looking at the author, I could tell you it's his work, because there's a signature fingerprint in his cohesiveness when he puts the words together that says, that's John Keats. Okay? Pablo Picasso, if we were to look at his paintings, a lot of us who know, paintings and art could say that's Picasso's work, because he had a signature style and print in his work, palette in his work. Now I'm just asking these questions randomly, but is your emotion in your paint, in your canvas, in your colors? Um, these are important things to ask ourselves because, as you guys know, and I will never stop saying this, but art is here to heal humanity, especially now. Music is here to heal humanity. And it must be signature to you. It must. Because this is the authenticity of being an artist. So, one second, I need to grab my pen. I think it's this one that works. I ran out of ink on my signature. I always use this color for Soñado Libre. I don't know, it's just one of my things. But I ran out of ink in the middle of writing, so I had to switch over to this blue. Nonetheless, it's blue, the color of knowledge, which is great. Okay, speaking of last week, owning your art. Everything I create comes from some place. In fact, I continue to teach my children this because my children are artists as well. My oldest is, he's just an amazing visual artist. He is also into film. He's getting into film. My middle son is also a visual artist. And a musician. They're both musicians, actually. And my daughter has recently started writing books, like Mommy, which is super adorable, and it makes me very happy. But one of the things that I have taught them, and I continue to teach them, especially my youngest right now, because she's sort of at that age where, you know, she can reason things out and differentiate things. But I always tell her there's no such thing as bad art because it is creativity and it's coming from you. Now, there's nothing wrong with, and I'm saying this to you guys, there's nothing wrong with editing or, you know, perfecting your craft or enhancing your work. But remember that it's coming from the source who is you, and therefore it's priceless because you're priceless. Okay? With this said, does your essence radiate from the ink of your printed word? For those of us who are writers, could someone read one of your poems and know that you wrote that? I mean, probably for most of us, it would be somebody who knows us and could say, that sounds like you. That sounds like, you know. Then again, for those of us who are very, very, very strange and can, you know, only express how we feel through our art, that's a whole different realm. I should get into that actually at some point. I want to delve into that. But is your voice actually, it is, because I've already shared this. Your voice is a signature fingerprint. And when I say voice, yes, literal, if you sing, but your voice in your art is a signature, patent, copyrighted fingerprint of who you are. And knowing that about yourself is, I believe, the launch pad or the catapult to take you deeper into owning your work, owning your art. Okay? But that's my question. Is your voice owned by you? Okay? Are you living your legacy? And do you know what that would be? If you were to leave today, which I pray none of us do, but if today was your last day on earth, do you feel I've left my legacy here? And I will continue to impact people through my art. And if you don't know that, then maybe it's time to think about it and look at your life and your art and put the pieces together. So, kind of a short video today, but that's okay. That's what I have for you today, to ponder and to aspire to live your legacy, because you have one. And whether or not you know it, you are impacting others. I'm always going to say this because this is what I truly believe. It has nothing to do with followers, has nothing to do with likes. Sorry. My husband found the card that I've been looking for, so he just gave it to me. That's why I'm laughing. It has nothing to do with applause or sales, commerce. It has everything to do with, I know why I'm here and I'm living it, or I'm living toward it, I'm working toward it. Because, you know, I know we're conditioned to think differently because some people get famous and other people don't. But you are impacting someone's life, whether you know it or not. Think about how many times people go to your channel, you know, on YouTube, or go to your social media and the likes don't match up to the views, because you are influencing and you are impacting people. And that's what it's about. It's about sharing my gift to the world and hoping that I can share something to help them be who they are created to be. So, live your legacy. I leave this with you. I hope to be back next Thursday. And I have no idea what the topic's going to be, because right now, this is how I've been flowing, is just as it comes to me. And I hope y'all are doing well. I know I said I was going to do the workshop this month, but I've been still in a kind of transitional period, and I think I'm just going to push it to next month. Speaking of next month, this is what I was going to tell you at the start, but I wanted to leave it to the end for a little surprise. I'm bringing to you on Mondays in May, only May, until I truly get it going, but I'm going to bring you Music Therapy Mondays. What does that mean? I'm going to be teaching you music therapy. I'm going to be teaching you what I've learned personally about music and its therapeutic healing balm. For me personally, how I've discovered the healing power of music. And I'm going to teach you a thing or two about how you can learn to assimilate music as part of your inner healing journey. I taught on this probably about 4 or 5 years ago on She's Restored. I don't know that I still have those up, but I'm going to teach you the basics of it. And I invite you, if you are someone who is in the know about music therapy, or you have a thing or two to share, I invite you to join me on Mondays and bless everybody else who may not know what you do about it. Okay, that's all. Hope y'all are doing well. Talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye.